All right, so when you're seeing this, this stream should either be very close to coming out or airing as we speak. Now, what's going to be in here, as every other single one of these in the past, I think, month or almost 2 months, has been kit information and obviously the unit reveals. Now, for the first time since I don't know how long, we've gotten no actual information as to which units these guys are. And now that vanilla has unfortunately stopped leaking, it's going to be much more difficult for us to get full information on actual pickup units. As for the seasonals, it's in reverse. Before, we didn't know who the seasonals were exactly, and then the pickups were shown through the data downloads. But now it's the exact opposite. Now that pickups are at the beginning and seasonals are midway through. So now we know, we have no idea who the pickups are, but now we have an idea of who the seasonals are. So in this video, I just want to kind of explain my thoughts on what I think the meta needs and the units that we could get, as I've already done before. But mainly, I want to focus in on their kits, okay? Last time it was more so the units, but this time I really want to focus in on the kits, what I hope they're going to be. And what's pretty fun for you guys is that you're going to be able to kind of see what actually comes out. I will leave the link to the stream down below. And whenever it does come out, right, you could see and come back to this video and see if I was right or if you think, or if I was wrong. And if I was wrong, then unfortunate. Now, we could also say that basically, if they didn't do what I'm saying, then it's very unfortunate, but maybe they found a way to make a new meta or an interesting meta, which I hope is the case. And pickup units are always very fun because they are the canon units. So, to start off, the first unit that we know of is the fact that Chapter 13 is featuring, on the bottom, Raya. And Raya obviously does not have his third eye form yet. So, bro, I've went to this tweet like 5 times already, but thank you, Zero, for posting this. The third eye Raya is one of the 4 possibilities in my head right now, okay? Raya for sure can come. And what gives it more merit to this thought is the fact that Kohono is a green attacker buffer, a green attack buffer, not an attacker. She's an attack buffer, and we don't have any good attackers. So I mean, sure, she could be used for PvE, but my guess is that there's going to be a new attacker, and who better than Raya, right? The first Raya is already an attacker, so maybe they're going to make another one, and he's also going to be an stat attacker. So that's the first point of information. Now, the second one is the fact that Dorothy's skill page was leaked. We already had all the information, or all the previous assets already there since beta, but now we've finally gotten Dorothy's skill page. So it's very possible that she is also one of the units coming. Now, I do see it as less likely, but it is definitely a possibility. Now, third of all, there was some leaks or some information basically shown about this version of Finral, or just a SSR Finral coming. And honestly, I could see it, right? This Finral, right? Absolutely sick. I don't know, like, bro, like, if we get this Finral, I'd be so hyped. I love his haircut here, and we need an SSR Finral, and it's been so long. If we check it, right, there's just no Finral SSR. There's no Finral SSR. So it would make sense for there to be a new Finral. And because we just finished the Royal Knights, I did not mean to do that. Because we finished the Royal Knights arc, it would make sense for now we get a Finral SSR. Now, if we're getting a Finral SSR, what would go well with him, in my opinion, a gray. So I'm also expecting, if we do get Finral, for us to get a gray. Let me just click on this. I can't leave this red here. So there we go. So if we're getting a Finral, then we're probably getting a gray. So those are the 4 units that I'm guessing are going to be coming in this update. Now, I would like, out of the 4, the most, I would like a Finral. Okay, just outright. If we get a Finral, I'm going to be very happy. You're going to see me community tabbing it for sure at some point throughout the day, because I am gone on vacation. At the point that you're seeing this video, I'm probably in the plane right now, I think. Pretty sure. So definitely, I'm very excited. But if it's a Finral, bro, it's over. It is over. So, definitely, though, let's talk about what I would want from a Finral. So right now, Mono Blue really, I think, is a bit in need maybe of someone like a Finral, or mainly just a supporter, okay? If we look at Mono Blue supporters, right, we got 3. The last one was in Season 4. We're now going to Season 12. Okay, it's been 8 seasons almost. So, because of that, a blue supporting Finral, to me, would make a lot of sense. Now, another reason as to why is because if we check here, Mono Red has a Mono Immortality buffer, and then Mono Green has a mono immortality buffer, so I'm guessing that mono blue might get something similar, either a immortality buff or something along those lines. And I could see it, right? For sure, I think it would actually make a lot of sense. Now, maybe it's going to be an attack immortality thingy, so they give immortality to an attacker instead of a defender. And if Finral is there, I could see that work out, right? I could for sure see that work out. So I'd say that's number one, right? Finral with also like speed traits. I think getting another speed unit is not a horrible thing. I mean, mono red got it, okay? It's really just like mono green and mono blue have not been getting much of that. So I feel like mono blue could for sure get something like that, and I would be more than fine with that. If we look at just everyone in the game, like there's a good amount of speed buffers, but I would like another AoE one for mono blue now. I think Finral mono blue speed buffer with a mono buff could make a lot of sense. Now next up, if it's not Finral on mono blue, I think Gray could be mono blue. She just gives me mono blue vibes. If not, she's either mono blue or sorry, she's either blue or green. That's what I think. And Gray, I mean, if she's blue, I'd be fine with that. I could see her maybe being more of a barrier unit, or like, let's search up Gray Black Clover. Like, I don't really remember what she does too much, if I'm being honest. But let's see her skills. Usually they have a section for skills. Do they? Am I tripping? Magic. So transmutation magic. To disassemble substances and reassemble them into other substances. She can transmute physical objects as well as magical ones due to her ability to permanently change non-magical substances. Gray is ranked as an arcade stage mage. Okay, so she has also transformation and reinforcement magic. So maybe some damage reduction. I think we could for sure get some damage reduction with Gray as a supporter. I do see her being a supporter. So if they give her some damage reduction, that wouldn't be too far-fetched. Now, as for how they would make transmutation or something like that. Oh, wrong game, wrong game, wrong game, wrong game. That's a bit funny. So what I could see maybe is like, ooh, actually that would be interesting. So let me just, okay, magic convert. I'm really not sure what they could do for that, but I'm like, the only thing I could really say is maybe like damage reduction. Besides that, I just make her a supporter if she is in the game, right? That's the main thing. Now then, next up is Dorothy. I personally think like she could be a debuffer. If we go to Dorothy, I think that this is actually going to be pretty important just to see what exactly her skills are. I feel like Dorothy is definitely one of those units that also would probably be like a debuffer or a supporter, right? I mean, it would make, I'd say, the most amount of sense. I mean, maybe she could stun units to sleep. We'll see how exactly they do that, but I think something like that wouldn't be horrible. And I mean, not a DPS. I don't really see her being a DPS, right? That's one thing for sure. But if we go for this, maybe like, I mean, it wouldn't really work like for a prediction type of thing in this type of game, but maybe you could see what skills they have available. I don't know. They could do some fun stuff with Dorothy, but the main unit that I want to talk about is Raya. I think Raya is probably the most important one out of the four, because we do need an attacker, but it's also very rough if they do make it good, because the problem is not many people have attack sets built. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, but building up attack sets is just so not worth it, because if you really look at it, how many units are attack units that are really good with attack? Yami, but he's bad, and then it's like, oh, Raya's good on magic, okay, and then it's like Asta, you don't even want to use him with attack, so you just go to the magic attack units, which are way more also, by the way, way more magic attack units. So why would you build an attack set over a magic attack set, especially for free to plays? It's just, if you're able to invest in one, you're gonna build magic attack, right? So I think for Raya, out of all the three, I would expect him to be a green DPS. But it's odd, because we already have a green DPS Raya. But then again. So, you know, 2 blue Noels. They could for sure do something like that. Right? Where they just give us another Raya DPS for sure. As for what he would do, honestly, I would like him to probably be a buff removal unit. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe make it so Rill kind of doesn't have as much value anymore. Could be decent. Maybe like a bit worse than Rill in terms of that, but doing a lot of other stuff. I need a good DPS, because if we look at it, man, the amount of flops they've decided to release is just insane. Actually, it's not that many, but I guess Spirit Dive kind of counts for that, just because I wish it was meta. But yeah, no, we need like, I don't know, something to maybe change the mono green team a bit, or make it so that you want to use a DPS and not just Mario on it, we'll have to see. But those are my 4 picks, right? Raya as an attacker for sure. Then I could see like the 3 others, Federal, Gray, and Dorothy could all be supporters, but then Dorothy might be a debuffer, so we'll have to see. I'm just hoping for it to positively influence the meta. Okay, if we get Dorothy though, for colors, I'd want her to be, I think, red. I feel like she would be blue, but I'm feeling red, right? Now, one thing that's important is that when she was shown, she was a red attacker. Okay, so at the beginning of the game's lifespan, or in the beta, right after the beta, they actually showed this. This is a red attacker. So are they going to keep it similar? We'll have to see. Is she going to be an attacker? That would be quite interesting if they decide to go down that route. But I just don't think they will. So we'll have to see. And even the logo was different, but this is meant to be an attacker logo. So that's basically it. Let me know what you guys think. Okay. I hope I'm right. I mean, I'll see soon. At the time of this video being posted, I won't even be able to check. It's quite unfortunate. I won't even be able to see the stream, but I'm going to be very excited when I actually can see the stream. So yeah, we'll see.